Who's heard of an orphan land? No, not orphan children. I mean orphan land, not abandoned, not for sale, not owned by the city. This is different. This is orphan land. Land no one claims, no one maintains, and no one officially owns, but it's right next door to homes like yours. It could be a back laneway, it could be a narrow strip between fences, or even a weird little lot at the end of the street. You know what I'm talking about. And the wild part, you might be living beside one right now and you don't even know about it. In Kensington Market in Toronto, there's actually a lot on a street called Ellen Avenue. It sounds charming, right? Except this lot is overrun by rats, covered in graffiti, littered with needles, and city crews refuse to clean it. Why? Because no one owns this lot. Not anyone since 1922 anyways. And this lot on Ellen Avenue is legally orphaned. Last traded in 1898, never updated since, and it's far from the only one. Some experts believe there are hundreds, maybe even thousands of orphan parcels across the city. And now these hidden legal black holes are becoming a problem for some homeowners, for property values, for safety, for anyone trying to build, sell, or protect what they own. So in today's episode, I'm breaking it all down, what orphan land actually is, why it's not the same like an abandoned home, and how it can quietly destroy curb appeal or limit your property's value, and how to check if your neighborhood is sitting on one. I'm Linda, one of the Ragona Sisters, and in today's episode, we're exposing what an orphan land actually is and how to protect your biggest investment from them, because they could affect your home's value in a very big way. So now let's get into it. First off, let's make something super clear. Orphan land is not the same as an abandoned home. Abandoned homes, they might be sitting vacant, they might be behind on taxes, they might be falling apart. But there is someone on title that's alive and that's known. Orphan land, on the other hand, that's when ownership is so murky, so old, and so lost in history that there's no living person, no company, not even the city has a claim on it. You can't buy it, you can't insure it, and you can't even renovate the land around it without jumping through some legal hoops. So here is some history on that. Back in the late 1800s and early 1900s in Toronto, large estates were subdivided and new homes were built. It was common for owners to keep narrow back lanes or alleys for horse, wagons, or service access. Over time, many of these lanes remained privately owned or were never formally adopted, setting the stage for what's so-called orphan parcels that we are talking about today. Ellen Avenue, for example, like I mentioned last, changed hands in 1898. The owner died in 1922, and no one claimed it since. And now Christina Aneretti owns 3 houses that back onto it, and she pays about $30,000 in property taxes a year. And she thought that the city of Toronto would be cleaning it up because she was paying her taxes. So this lot was covered in with rats, needles, and garbage, and no one will take responsibility because legally it belongs to nobody. City crews won't clean it, police won't patrol it, and neighbors can't maintain it without assuming risk. Historian Adam Wynn has tracked about 17 orphaned laneways just in Kensington Market alone. And across Toronto, we could be looking at hundreds, maybe even thousands of these orphan lots. And it's not just downtown. It's any old neighborhood from Etobicoke to East York could have these orphaned strips running behind garages, between homes, or even right down the middle of a backyard. So how do these orphan lands affect your property value? And how to check if you're beside one? So let's say you own a land that backs onto one of these orphan lanes. First thing you notice, it gets completely neglected. It's overgrown weeds, random dumpings, broken furniture, even the homeless taking up shelter here. Suddenly your clean, well-kept backyard is bordered with something that looks like an alley from a horror film. Your curb appeal, it's gone. Your buyer pool, it's not there like it used to. Who's responsible for this mess? Even if the inside of your home is flawless, the neglected lane behind you raises red flags. And here's the catch, because no one owns the land, no one can be held accountable. Not you, not your neighbors, and definitely not the city. It's like a legal black hole that sits right on your property line. So, what can you actually do about it? That's the big question. And honestly, there are a few things you can do, but they're not always easy. Identify the land, pull up the local city map, or better yet, ask your lawyer to check if the laneway behind you is listed as a public road. If it's not, that's your first red flag. From there, talk to your neighbors. I mean, the information probably limited, but chances are they've noticed the same issues: the garbage, the trespassers, flooding when it rains, or even snow piling up because no one shovels it. And finally, if you're selling a home next to an orphan parcel, put it in writing, disclose it. Failing to disclose it could be seen as misrepresentation, especially if you're aware of it. Now, let's flip the script here and let's talk about how orphaned land could actually turn into an opportunity if you know how to handle it. Because while orphan land can be a mess, it could also be a moment of an opportunity, a chance to add value, to increase your privacy or unlock extra space if the stars align. Here's how. Say your home backs onto one of these neglected lanes. No maintenance, no clear ownership, no lighting, and no snow removal. I know it's annoying. But because it's not clearly owned, and if the lane is wide enough, for example, the zoning in your area may allow for a laneway or garden suite, and the ownership and title issues can be resolved, you might be able to apply for a building permit. This could mean a garden suite, a detached garage with a rental unit above, or even a secondary rental space. Would it be simple? Not at all. Would it take legal work? 100%. You'll need a great real estate lawyer and a team that knows how to navigate it. That's very, very important. You might pursue a right of use agreement or even apply to consolidate the land into your title. I'm not saying this is for everyone. I'm not saying that at all. But if you're investor minded or thinking long term, this is a quiet opportunity. The land may be orphaned, the legal risk is real, but the potential, that part's very much alive. So, what's the real takeaway here? Orphan land may seem invisible, but the impact is very real. Whether it's hurting curb appeal, creating safety issues, or quietly shrinking your resale value, this is something every homeowner should be aware of. And the truth is, the city's not rushing to solve this problem. They're really not. There's no fast track plan, there's no cleanup crew, no big registry telling you what's orphaned and what's not. Frankly, the city has no interest in expropriating the land or putting together this land registry system. They just don't want anything to do with it. Which means it's up to you. If you own, ask questions, talk to your neighbors, and document what you see. If you're buying, do your homework. Look beyond the home's interior. Know what's happening around it. Trust me, not enough people do that. And if you're selling, be honest, be proactive, and work with a team that understands these hidden land issues. So whether it's orphan land or mystery laneways, you need someone on your side who's seen it all. And don't discount on your lawyer. I've actually heard some horror stories that are not worth saving that $200. And if you found this video helpful, hit subscribe. It helps more than you know. And if you have any questions about the GTA, we would love to hear from you. This isn't just about buying and selling. It's about protecting your home and your peace of mind, because that's extremely important. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.